Britain is showing the world one possible outcome when voters throw conventional political wisdom out the window. Fox 28 News reporter Kevin Berry explains how voting to leave the EU might compare to voting for a business tycoon for President of the United States.
In 2016, people all around the world are connected in ways that were impossible just a few years ago. For growth and globalization, that access is good. But College political science professor Bruce Nesmith says others just haven't recovered from the recession yet.
The outcomes seem not to favor ordinary people.
Donald Trump's rise to the Republican nomination started with strong support from a certain type of voter. 2 months before the Iowa caucus, the Washington Post found that Trump supporters were largely white males who made less than $50,000 a year and didn't have a college degree. That's not the type of person the global economy has been helping.
It's very difficult for government to legitimize itself through performance, and that's in the United States, that's in Britain, and that's in much of Europe as well.
While Americans are watching this unfold stateside, British voters thumbed their nose at conventional political wisdom, going against Prime Minister David Cameron, voting to leave the European Union.
Donald Trump is sending kind of the same message, is that the policies we've done have helped other people, they've hurt us, they've helped others. Let's stop those policies, cut those ties, and help ourselves.
The purpose of the EU is to break down some of the trade and immigration barriers between countries. When that free flow of people and goods is blamed for social and economic issues, a Brexit vote becomes much more likely.
They want to be able to have a country again. So I think you're going to have this happen more and more.
Iowa GOP party chair Jeff Kaufman says if Iowa voters feel like the party isn't listening to them, they should support the candidate who does, even if Kaufman isn't exactly sure what he'll do next.
That means he's going to say some things that might make me wince every once in a while. But you know what? As long as you've got your ear to the ground listening to the people, I think you're going to be able to weather just about any storm.
Kevin Barry, Fox 28 News.
Nesmith says David Cameron is in a similar position as former Speaker of the House John Boehner, ruling over a divided party, ultimately forcing him to leave. He says depending on how Democrats heal after their convention, Hillary Clinton may face the same problem if she wins in November.
The world continues to feel the shockwaves of the historic Brexit referendum vote. As soon as markets opened after that finalized vote, they fell dramatically all around the world, and it's taken a week for them to finally just start rebounding. Fox 28 News reporter Kevin Berry explains why this may permanently change business around the world and here in Iowa.
Just off the interstate in Coralville, a single fire hydrant between big dirt mounds hints at what's to come. It's the kind of construction lot a business owner like Ravi Patel sees dollar signs in. He's the president of Hawkeye Hotels, which operates the Residence Inn just across the street and in 25 different states.
We have travelers from everywhere. So we've got corporate individuals who come in. We've got a lot of leisure clientele who are traveling here.
So when Britain voted to leave the European Union, Ravi knew the ripples would eventually reach his lobby.
One of the first industries to feel the effect of any type of recessionary traits, or as we're coming out of that sort of a cycle as well, is usually the hotel industry.
He says credit dries up, so he can't expand to places like the lot across the street and pump $500 million back into the local community through the jobs he'd create. They'd be entry level at the front desk, doing maintenance, cleaning rooms.
Those jobs are not going to be there because of the types of things that we're seeing in the UK now.
Patel says Hillary Clinton's policies stood to help entrepreneurs before, but especially now. She's offering plans to defer student loans for startup founders so they can get their businesses off the ground, which generally takes a few years. Patel says Donald Trump runs on his business record, but is contradicting nearly every economist by rooting the Brexit on.
People want to take their country back.
Iowa Republican Party Chair Jeff Kaufman says he doesn't think Trump's policies are extreme. Trump just stands out because he needs to.
When you're not a politician and you're running against politicians, you better have a way of communicating that attracts folks like you to turn on their camera when they're around.
Kevin Barry, Fox 28 News.